Ooh, right. Hello and welcome everybody to another video. It's more or less just going to be a quick one, but it's just to give you an insight as to what I'm going to be doing with the carbon metallic kind of model. So this is the kind of the look that I'm going for. So it's like black surround, but with the metallic silver plunger. I know it's kind of shiny. It's glistening away beautifully between the light in the room and the torch of the camera there. But that's the desired effect that I'm looking for to complement how the stick will be. So in order for me to do that, I need to get myself a small flat-headed screwdriver first of all. I need quite a bit of patience in order to achieve what I would like to achieve, because you certainly do not want to be rushing a task as such if you've only got the allocated amount of buttons like I do. I've only got 6. Ideally I should have ordered 7 in case maybe one of these little clips here were to snap off. Maybe not necessarily those ones, but that's a bad example actually. Let's pick this one out. So here, this one's intact, the plungers, the original plungers. So it's more like that there. This little area here has little clips here, and these can be very brittle, so it's imperative that you're very careful when, if you are going to change plungers and button surrounds, that yeah, you just set aside plenty of time to do so. Don't be doing it like before you leave for work in the morning, or maybe your partner's got some goodly errands or side quests for you to do when you've got a small window of opportunity to yourself. So best to get the errands done, and then once you're a free man or a woman, then yeah, I would just set aside the time required for such tasks. So let's see, I got the 6. I need to get these prepared also, and then I've actually got like another idea, but I'm going to come back to that. I'm just going to get the main task over and done with, and then I'm going to more or less show you what I'm hoping to achieve also, because obviously I'm changing both surrounds and plungers from 2 different types of buttons. So with the spares that I'm going to be left behind with is going to be set aside for another project, which is all going to be hush hush now, because I haven't even got the artwork done yet. It's super early stages, like I'm talking not even 24 hours, but I have made inquiries. Just waiting back from a few print shops as to how much and what kind of quality can they do for me. Come on, come on. There we are. That was a tight tenner bag, that. Just chuck the bags here and out. I'll get back to them. These are this sort of silent button washer pads, foam pad things, which I'm going to be installing also, since I'm stripping down buttons and things like that. So might as well pop these in as well whilst I'm at it, and then that's one less job to worry about cometh the time of install. Damn, these really are tight bags, man. Damn. Talk about maximising your usage for packaging. So it should be all the bags done. Bosh. Right. These. So where's this one here? Yeah, this is one that I did earlier. So I need to strip that back in order for me to install the little washer foam pad things. And then what I'll maybe do is I'll just do like a comparison from, you know, from one that has the foam pads installed and for those that don't. There's always one in there. There you go. Good. So, first hand. Apologies, they're not foam. Well, it's weird. It's like a kind of glossy coating to it. So, pat that in there. Not quite aligned, but just need to get the and there we are. Nice snug fit there. So basically, how you install these, try and get it pointed up, there we are, right. So I'm just going to get my screwdriver and show you. There's really only one way you can install them, but just for FYI, basically this here is where your little clips will go once you put the plunger in, which naturally I don't have a plunger to hand because I haven't taken one out yet, but yeah, basically in here, this little channel here, or I'll try and flip it back way. Try and get it. So basically I'm just going to flip it that way. So these are the clips that once you apply that into your panel, just push that in just to replicate. So that's just going to go straight in into your panel and then it hugs it. So these gaps here are going to accommodate those clips. And if you flip mode it to the other side, you'll see the little nooks and crannies, yep, these little gaps here, and that's to accommodate. And I'll just show you the shape of these things as well up close, so you get a good idea of what I'm on about. So big ridges are to accommodate these clips that will clunk click once you put them in the control panel, and the little ones here, the little notch there, that then in turn goes into these wee bits here, but obviously inside. So hopefully that makes sense if you do decide to install these. So I'm going to make a start in stripping back these buttons very carefully. In fact, do you know what? Yeah, I'm going to do this one first. It's not the easiest of tasks to do, but that was relatively easy. So I'll set that one to the side. And then, yeah, that's already got one pre-installed, yep, beautiful. So, just the same thing again. The buttons can really only fit one way, but just make sure that you do fit them the correct way, you know, the plunger to the button surround. Don't drop a metallic one in particular, because you don't even want to scratch them before they've even reached your control panel. That's my own fault for doing a video so late on in the evening, not to mention I'm on a cheeky cider or so. So yeah, basically just to show you that there, you've got the clip for the control panel, remember, and then you've got the big gap, which you'll know about. There we are. You've got the big gap to accommodate that. It's just a case of just getting them connected in right. Clunk click. Oh, aye, much better. Listen to that. Have I got one? I'm just going to take one of these just for reference, because in an earlier video I did a strip down of the very model that I'm going to be working on the side. So here we are. There's the original button from the arcade stick, and here's a modified Sanwa with the silencer pad installed. So we'll listen to this one first, and then this one here. So it does make a big difference, but in terms of cost, it didn't really cost much, huh? Like, probably talking about 40 pence a foam washer or whatever you want to call them. So here we are. So here's one without it. So these would be ideal for your late night Street Fighter 6 antics. So I'm just going to strip this back again so I can get the thingy, the foam washer thing applied again. So I forgot to install it the first time round when I was doing just a wee mock, you know. I just wanted to see the difference between having just like the black plunger. It's a bit drafty in my household this evening, so just bear with me. Yeah, so I just did a wee mock, but I didn't want to go too far because obviously with the mock, and these are pop-ins rather than screw-ins, whereas with the Power Stone themed one, it's yeah, the Power Stone themed one is screw-ins, so they're far more easier to get back out again, whereas once you bosh these into your control panel, you really don't want to be taking them back out again unless you absolutely need to, e.g. you're going to go and replace them again. So I'm just going to set the ones that have been done aside, and we shall continue. So yeah, it's like everything else. Just take your time, and even more so, you know, when you're doing tasks as such. But what I will say is, it's been a rather productive day when joystick building is concerned. Good day weather-wise, so I got the secondary colour done. Yeah, secondary colour done on the Power Stone themed stick. Hang on a minute, flip mode. What am I doing here? I'm actually putting this in the wrong one. I need to put this in a black plunger. Dafty. Note to self, not to be doing videos when it's past your bedtime. Oh, just put me to bed. Right, there we are. There's my chrome surrounds, which I'm going to use for another project, but it's top secret. It's hush hush. But I'm going to do it because I'm curious as to how it looks. Because I did have a colour in mind. But I'm going to try it anyway. See how it fares out. So there we are. Pop that in here. Make sure, yeah, that's it, the big gap for the big plunger bit. There we are, there's another one ready. Bosh. I'm good. There we are. So in the words of Bon Jovi, whoa, we're halfway there. Definitely living on a prayer every time I try and prize out one of these plungers, because I'm just waiting for the and then, yeah, I'll need to wait before I can get another one of these. me set it off now. I'm bad at that for work as well. In my line of work, stumble across all sorts of forenames and surnames. I can't express exactly what I do for a living because I've got to buy the short and curlies when it comes to social media and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I just take one glance at someone's, forename, for example. I'll just start whistling away a song that's relative to it. So, get that mad Valerie song in my head. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? I'm so glad that I only need to do this kind of task once. Like I said, I'm glad I'm just getting it done, and then get these silencer kind of pads fitted, and then that's it. Come the time of installing wiring, it's already been prepared, ready to rock and roll. So I shouldn't have any further damages or mishaps, in theory. But anything can happen, especially doing late night joystick building capers. So I've got one more to do. Always seems to be the last one in anything that gives me trouble. I remember obviously a long time ago when I had my own car, back in the day, when what was I doing again? I was changing the engine cover, the Honda Civic, and changing the engine cover, but obviously it was worthwhile changing the, heaven's sake man, keep it together. I was changing the head gasket as well, and it came to the last bolt for me to tighten back up, and naturally the bolt had sheared, and you really don't want like an engine cover. Why is this misbehaving itself because it's the last one? Did I tell you I've got this like mad wee voodoo thing going on here? Right, make sure everything's right. Clunk click. Right, good. There's no hassles for a change. So that's those buttons prepared. Now, for this top secret project, I was actually going to get myself red plungers, but I had a wee delve about in my goodly little box and found that for that kind of the Raspberry Pi retro joystick sticker bomb theme, I went for the red and white two-tone theme. So I had white plungers for that one, which left me with the red ones. Like, this is going back way before you could actually buy plungers singular, so I had to like buy red buttons in red surrounds and white buttons in white surrounds in order to like swap them round. So it was quite costly back then, but thankfully, companies have clicked on now that people are modding their joysticks and things like that, so they're like, let's go and just sell the plungers so that people make a small saving just by buying these plungers basically. So very cost effective. You can definitely see that I've removed these from my previous because it's got a little fracture on it, but hopefully once I pop them in here, I'm just going to give this a test to see how it looks, because like I said, I've got a rough idea, a bit of stick in mind. These are definite Samos, right? Yeah, I'm going to say There we are. So, chrome and red. I know that the lighting doesn't do its justice because I've got a mixture between cool blue LED on the torch for the webcam, and then I've got that kind of yellow LED light bulb in the room itself, so the lighting doesn't do it justice, and neither does my angles here. So yeah, I'm gonna give that a try actually. I'm just having a glance at it off the cam. I'll see. Yeah, but anyway, it was just a quick video just to show you how to change surrounds, plungers with the added Brucey bonus of those little silencer washers installed. So it was just, I was curious as to how great a difference those little washers would do. And I mean, for the cost wise, for how much they cost me, like per washer, it was like maybe, don't know, what was it, 60 cents or something like that. 'Cause I buy my stuff overseas mostly, with the exception of one company in the UK for like go-to colours like red, for example, you know, all the kind of boring colours, but anything extravagant, and I go overseas for that. Just, they've got it all sussed over there, you know, it's not just the buttons, the plungers, surrounds and things like that, they're right up on the, you know, in the sort of like fighting board scene as well, so you can have like one joystick that could run multiple different platforms. So I could like throw in a Brook UFB board in amongst my Dreamcast stick, and I could have it multi-use sort of thing. That I would anyway. I'm true Dreamcast at the moment, but never say never. We've all got to adapt to change, I guess. But I've got another project in mind when that in mind. But it means I need to embark on a new company overseas, so I'm always a bit wary at first, but you don't know until you try them, innit? Anyway folks, I'll not bore you with my chit chat because time is getting on. I'm going to finish up my cider, tidy all this away, and I'll call it a night of that. So hope you enjoyed the video. Gives you some insight as to how to change plungers, surrounds, and install those mad wee washer things there. So yeah, hope you keep watching my wee videos, all these little adventures, experiences, maybe inspire you. But before I go, I'm just going to compare what I've done tonight. So, chrome surround, red plunger, black surround, and metallic. So, like I said, the lighting doesn't do this justice. I should really do this during the day, but once I get my top secret project on the go, then once I get my top secret project on the go, then it'll all make sense. So stay tuned, enjoy the vids, and I shall see you all on the next one.